Good evening.
Good evening, all. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, students.
Afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, sir.
All right. Still trying to figure out what is happening with the system, but I guess I will by the start of our next class. All right. So I'm going to ask Amanda to also include her last name for me, please, for the participants list. And allow me to just welcome you to. I don't even know which one to see. Calculus 1, Calculus 2. All right. So I will be your lecturer for both courses, Calculus 1 and Calculus 2. Some of you are not interested in Calculus 1 at this stage, but the letter that Mrs. Campbell sent out would have indicated for you to be present for the first class so that I can give you a breakdown as to what is happening. So I have been flooded with some questions. Some of those students are not here just yet. And as a result of that, the recording will be available to them so that they can listen up. So I was unable to respond to some of the questions because up to Friday, I believe, when was it 12? The 12th was Friday. The 12th was Friday. I think we had a meeting on Friday the 12th. And we had to await response from the CCCJ as it relates to permission granted for the block scheduling. When Mrs. Campbell sent out the email, it was at that point in time that we got confirmation from the CCCJ. So I was unable to respond in detail to the other individual questions that came to me, and pretty much just yielded to Mrs. Campbell for her to send something out. But in a nutshell, what this is, we wouldn't really have a cohort for students doing Calculus 2 based on the pass rate for this semester that just ended. So a recommendation was made, to do the block scheduling, giving those students an opportunity to reseek the Calculus 1 for the first half of the semester, and then Calculus 2 for the second half. Now, there are some of you here who already passed Calculus 1 and are only interested in Calculus 2, but you are here because you need to get some information from me. So this is it. So starting today, up until 6 weeks from now, is when we'll be going through our Calculus 1. The times for the classes are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I think Monday it's 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Friday 6 to 9, and please confirm Wednesday's time for me. Is it 7:30 to 9 or is it 5:30 to 7?
On Wednesday, on the timetable, I'm seeing from 5 to 7.
Oh, you're seeing 5 to 7. Okay, good.
Yes.
So 5 to 7 and Mondays also 5 to 7?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, so they gave you 7 hours instead of 6. I actually thought that the classes would have been from 6 to 8, but I saw, what are you seeing on a Friday? 6 to 9 or 6 to 8?
6 and 9, sir.
6 to 9, sir.
Right, 6 to 9. I honestly thought it was going to be 6 to 8, but okay, 6 to 9, let's just work with it. All right. So what is going to happen is, and if you have any questions, just write them down and then I'll give you an opportunity to raise those questions. So what is going to happen is that for those of you who are only interested, or not maybe only, but are interested in resitting Calculus 1, Calculus 1 is going to be running from now. That extra class on a Friday is to make up the additional hours. So we're going to be running Calculus 1 Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So it is that we can go through the syllabus, and what CCCJ said to us on Friday in the meeting is that at the end of the 6 weeks, we are going to come into the physical plant, accessor community college that is, and we are going to come in and we're going to sit and write that exam, the Calculus 1 exam paper, or the exam itself. Now, when that is written, it's going to be the responsibility of mine to mark, to upload those grades so that you all can know whether or not you were successful in the Calculus 1. Please be reminded that the prerequisite for Calculus 2 is Calculus 1. So in my headspace, I am thinking that I would want the Calculus 1 to be, the exam itself, to be either a Wednesday. The Friday might be too close. I think I will do that exam either a Wednesday. Yeah, so I'll do it on a Wednesday when we have our 5 to 7. So I'll make arrangements with your other lecturer on that particular evening to have a class, to have your 7 to 9. What class do you have 7 to 9 on Wednesday? Hello?
Sir, that would be, let me see here. No, this is the wrong one. 1 second. The 7 to 9.
I don't have any class on Wednesdays, 7 to 9.
So it's a mixture. So it's a little bit of advanced computer networking and work experience I'm seeing.
Okay, right. All right. So so I am cognizant that I have both years 3 and 4 together here. So this is I was asking a question. So some of you may not have a class on Wednesday, and some of you may have a class. It would be good if you don't have a class on Wednesday. So we know we can just spend a Wednesday, so we don't have to rush in for 5 o'clock on that Wednesday when we're getting the exam. So we can come in and we just do our 2-hour exam. You guys leave. I take those papers. I come and I put myself under pressure to try and mark, so that by the Monday, I can have those grades ready for those of you for you to know whether or not you're qualified to move over for Calculus 2. We don't have a lot of time, so everything has to be very quick and fast. So at the end of those, so at the start of the 6 weeks, we know that.
Sorry to interrupt. What's the tentative date for the exam?
Excuse me?
Good evening. What's the tentative date for the exam?
Let me just look at that now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The tentative date for me would be, all right, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Because exams put together will begin the week of that. All right, so that could be a study week. All right, let me go back up now. So 1, 2, 3. Come on, so shambles. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3.
Evening, sir. No, the best.
You too, Chevy. 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So the tentative date I'm looking at could be the 28th of February. The 28th of February. I want it to be about the 28th of February.
Okay.
Yeah. So it could, Oliver, it could either be the 21st or the 28th, but I'm more pushing it for the 28th, and then now we just do the start the calculus to the week of March. After February is March, yeah. March 4th, because we meet on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So we do that on, if I do it on the 27th, I don't think one day is going to be good. Well, it depends on how many students. Maybe I could use a 1 day to mark. So which is I was suggesting the 28th, so at least I could mark before. Yeah. So it's going to be about in February. Yeah, February 28th, tentatively. So you can, for those of you who may need to get time off from your work, you can give them a tentative date. It could mean the 21st, it could mean the 28th. But getting closer, I will definitely confirm. But for now, the 28th of February is what I am earmarking for that paper. Now, to let you know, the paper is already written. The papers are already written. I have completed the Calculus 1 and Calculus 2 examination papers. My submissions to the CCCJ, I would suspect that the papers, in particular the Calculus 1 paper, since we may be the very college that is doing Calculus 1, will be used. I would definitely suggest that you guys come to class and pay attention. Some of the students in previous semester, in particular last semester, did not pay any special attention to my instructions. The curriculum is not going to be watered down, so to speak, because I'm also cognizant that there are some students in the class who are attempting Calculus 1 for the first time. So it's not really a fast track class, but it's a class that has to go very fast. You're getting your 60 hours as is required by the curriculum. But what this means, students, is that we're not going to have any time to tarry. Meaning, not that we normally do it well, not that Mr. Shan does it, but when we come to class, we have to come to class ready for learning. It means that you cannot miss a class, because I'll be going so as to complete the curriculum within the first 6-7 weeks of the semester, so we can start the second course. This is the first time we are piloting it, so this is as new to you as it is to me. I promised the CCCJ that I'm going to be doing a study on this, an action research I recommended, so that we can learn from this experience to see if this is something that I can continue doing, for the remainder of, the semester or the school year or in years to come. What this means, students, is that your EducaSoft is already set up. I am to give you access today, at some point in time in class, so that you hit the road running. You have no opportunity to sit down and say, oh, sir, when the semester ends, I'm going to do EducaSoft. Those are things of the past. So EducaSoft will have to be completed on a timely or in a timely manner in order for us to fulfill the requirements. Your mid-semester exam, which is already prepared, will be uploaded to the platform, so that the evening when we're doing the mid-semester, you can have that done up. I will mark, give back, and when the examination comes, I mark the paper, submit. So it has to be a very quick turnaround. The point is, we're not going to have any time to gallivant. So for those of you who will say, oh, I'm not going to go to class today, or I'm going to access the notes asynchronously, dangerous. I am recommending, put it this way, it's the first time we're doing something like this. I want, when I do the research, I get very good outcome. It means that everybody who is in Calculus 1, I really want them to pass the exam. I've taught a class before in Calculus 1 where every Jackman in the class passed it and was able to graduate them stuff. It could be Calculus 1 or Calculus 2, whichever one it was, right? But I know quite a number of students in that year needed that calculus course in order to graduate, and they graduated. They had one course outstanding, and they were able to graduate. So I'm saying this to say to you, let this semester be a very fruitful one, and I really want you guys to work and start working from day one. I'll be monitoring my EducaSoft, I'll be monitoring the class, I'll be monitoring your progress, so that I can tell you exactly what is expected of you and what it is that you're not doing. So when I would have used those 2 days or 3 days to mark off your exam papers and post your grades, those of you who would, and I don't expect anybody, but I'm just saying, if there's any student in the class who would have failed, it means that you are disqualified from doing Calculus 2. If all of you, when all of you pass Calculus 1, you automatically move over to Calculus 2, and then you begin the curriculum for Calculus 2 for the remainder of the semester. The classes are going to be split right down the line, so you have exact time for Calculus 1 as you'll have a Calculus 2. You'll also get the required number of hours for the course. The Calculus 2 exam, on the other hand, will not be done with only Excelsior students, meaning me call it in one night and it's just one exam again in the middle of the semester. But Calculus 2 now will be done among your other courses at the end of the semester. All right? So, are there any questions? I think I would have gone through all of those. Are there any questions that you have of
Yes,
me?
sir.
Oh, sorry. Before you go, there's one thing. Before you go, sorry about that. So those of you who would have already passed Calculus 1, with the exception of those students who just completed the stuff, I am actually, the papers are long marked, long before Christmas. They are long marked, but I'm doing some review. So I did promise somebody who touched base with me that I'd have had them released today, but that's not going to happen again because I'm still doing some review. Besides, I can only speak honestly. I had stopped working on those because when I marked the exams and recognized what was happening, I went to Mrs. Campbell and I said, Mrs. Campbell, we have to do a block scheduling because the grades don't look how I really want the grades to look. So we moved on that. And because I know we're going to be moving on block scheduling and CCCJ would want to know that the exam papers are written, I used my Christmas to write those papers. And so I had stopped working on the grades for the Calculus 1. I mean, I'm not saying that everybody failed. I'm not saying that there are people who passed, but it's not everybody who would have passed. So I stopped working on those, honestly, so that I could have written my Calculus 1 and Calculus 2. All right. So that's where the pause is. Now I need to get back to just finalizing so that I can put it up. So apologies there, but it's just one of me, and I'm doing like 5 courses this semester. And as I said before, I really had to get the exam out of the way so that CCCJ recognized that we were really serious about it. One of the other things is that we could have said, let us run the class with only 5 students for the Calculus 2, but we thought about it and said, no, let us give the other students an opportunity to do the stuff. So those of you who would have already passed Calculus 1 from a previous school year, or even the ones who passed Calculus 1 last semester, and there is no need for you to redo Calculus 1, there are 2 options on the board. Option 1, you can still stay in class and just get that refresher from the Calculus 1 in preparation for Calculus 2, or you can utilize the first 6 weeks of the semester to get those massive coursework pieces that you have for the other courses you're doing out of the way, so that when Calculus 2 time start, the middle of the semester, you have most of those work out of the way already. The other thing is, for those of you who have taught in the past, you would have known that I have a YouTube channel. The channel can be shared with those students who are now joining or are meeting for the first time. And within my channel, there are many semesters of Calculus 2. At a minimum, 2020, 2021, 2, 3. At a minimum, you may have 5 different groupings, or maybe 6, because I'd have done Calculus 2 over 2 summers already. All right? So what you can do, for those of you who opt not to come to sit in the Calculus 1 class on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because you want to utilize the time, more purposefully to complete some other work, I will advise you to go to the channel to go through some of the Calculus 2, just download 1 or 2 other videos and just watch the video, so that when I would have started the Calculus 2, it is not so foreign to you, if you understand what I mean. And then the other students who are doing the Calculus 1 will say, but sir, will I be allowed to do all of that? It's open to everybody. It's open to everybody. You can go. Matter of fact, I have recordings of Calculus 1 also within the channel. So if you're having any difficulties and need to see how I would have explained this concept with a previous cohort, you are free to go on. It is only accessible using your ECC email. You're free to go on to have access to those classes so that you can work ahead of me, so that the semester becomes seamless. Remember, students, I'm doing a research, an action research on this matter. I really want you guys to come a little bit more purposeful to this block scheduling, so that I can find out how effective it is. As my topic, so to speak, is the effectiveness of block scheduling with a group of calculus college students. All right. In addition to that, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, so that as soon as I post my recordings, you will have access or get notification of those postings. All right. So I'll pause here now and take your questions.
Yes, sir. Good evening again. All right.
Yes,
So being that you're gonna do Calculus 1 for the first 6 weeks, The process for calculus too, would you still open EducoSoft for us so we can probably go ahead with the EducoSoft before you reach
Oh,
that?
absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It is, and if this is your desire, I can definitely do that. As a matter of fact, I will project that in a few. I've already set up your EducaSoft for Calculus 1 and Calculus 2. So if the mind of the class is to set up Calculus 2 so that you can start watching the videos on EducaSoft or going through the stuff to help your preparation so that at least you get that out of the way, I have absolutely no problem.
Okay, sir.
Any other questions?
What time was classes again? 5 to 7 on Monday, 5 to 7 on Wednesday. What was Friday?
6 to 9.
6 to 9. Also, I'm a new student, starting calculus 1, first time.
No problem, Colin.
Sir, as it relates to the weekend, you're gonna offer anything on the weekend? I would just have to just check the recordings. As it may be a Saturday, I'm not sure because I have other classes during the week.
Okay, so none of the classes, you'll be available for none of the classes?
No, sir.
Is there anybody else on this meeting in that situation?
Yes, sir. Same here.
Okay, Taj. The weekend classes are rough, and I said to them that
We can just watch the recording, sir. It's fine.
Yeah.
what we could do is all right, Mikey and Taj, what I want you to do, don't come. Well, you can't come because you are unavailable already. What I want you guys to do, Mikey and Taj, is to start going through the previous sessions of the Calculus 2 online. If I don't know how much time Mikey or Taj you have available, because in the 4-hour session, in the 2-hour sessions, or I think one of the sessions maybe 4 hours long, because normally on a Thursday, or 3 hours long, and on a Thursday we normally go from 7 to 10 to make up that extra hour. What I could do, point I'm making, is if I could purge a set of the recordings where we cut out some of the talky part, the break and so forth, so we can just have the full lesson running. Or maybe I don't have to do that, but what you can do is just press the forward button, so it is that you can just go through the lesson. I would recommend that you do that. Both of you, the pair of you, go through the stuff, and then what could happen? I could arrange a time out of session for the pair of you to just catch up on areas that you may have missed from the recordings. How does that sound?
Okay, sir. Have no problem with that.
That's okay. And as it relates to like some important dates, like if you have like when mid-semester coming up.
Yeah. Most definitely. No, but remember, yeah. So that would be the second half of the semester. Yes, man. For those important dates, you will have to press pause from those other classes to come and do those exams. That's okay, right? Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
So what I was referencing though, you two, is that you will need to start from now. So start from now to go through the Calculus 2 previous recordings. And as I said before, there are many on the system. So you can choose whichever one that you want to go through. Both of you can work together, since you guys, I think, are year 4 now. You can go through together. You're having a difficulty. I wouldn't want to just meet with one, but we can, arrange a time. You know what we could do also? We could plan to take lunchtime together, the pair of you. Even in the first 6 weeks. Say both of you get lunchtime at 12 o'clock. Sir, do you think you're available Monday at 12? For argument's sake. And we could do a Zoom meeting from 12 to 1 so I can just clear up those difficult areas that you may have, right? So I have no problem, doing it. I don't want to be for one and not be for the other since it's just two of you. So that could also work. So we have a solution for that. Any other question?
Sir, you can put your phone number in the chat or you can give us a phone number, sir. Can reach out to you if anything.
Sure. I will create, but you will all create a WhatsApp group for Calculus 1 and for Calculus 2. You know what? I prefer just one WhatsApp group for both Calculus 1, Calculus 2. I would just call it block scheduling. Because I wouldn't want the important dates to miss those who are only doing Calculus 2. When I say important dates, at least I really want you to be abreast, to keep abreast as to when the course is going to end. So at least you see the messages that are coming in. So somebody can quickly create a WhatsApp group. I can drop my number there. So we have the WhatsApp group for the block scheduling. So you can name it Calculus 1 or 2 block scheduling or block Calculus, whatever it is that you want to name it. But it would be for both Calculus 1 and 2. Any other? And the reason for that, again, is that those of you, well, not those, but the ones who will be doing Calculus 1, I know you'll all pass the course. To move over to Calculus 2 for the second half of the semester, we don't need to create another WhatsApp because we'd have already have an existing WhatsApp going. Any other question? Please remember to ask the questions now as they come to you, so that we can sort it out, trash it out, and then we can get going. We may not be doing any teaching per se tonight. I just want to get these housekeeping matters out. Need to get you guys added to Educasoft tonight for both Calculus 1, Calculus 2. Well, for the ones who are down for Calculus 2 for this semester, for sure, I need to get you onto Educa tonight. For those who are redoing the Calculus 1, I will also need to get you information to add you to Educasoft tonight. So we have a little bit more housekeeping matters to do, and I'm seeing this now being 12 minutes to 6. Any other questions?
Sir.
Question, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I was wondering about the registration on area. I don't want to calculus too.
Yeah. Go ahead. Well, oh, hold on. Let me just think about that. Have you selected? Well,
I don't see nothing else in low
you
calculus.
don't see Calculus 2 there?
No,
Are you seeing Calculus 1 there?
none of them.
Come on, they are there, man, because the email came in.
Sir,
The email. What is that?
I wasn't seeing it either, and I think Miss Campbell had selected it for me.
Yeah, they're not there. Miss Campbell selected mine. Oh, mine.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I haven't.
Go ahead. Sir, my question is, I came in late. I said good evening, but you didn't hear me. So I'm
Okay.
gonna say it again, and a happy new year. Oh,
You too, my
do
love.
I know if I'll be doing Calculus 1 over? Or is it
All right.
all of us doing it over?
All right. So no. So yeah, so you missed it. So I had previously marked your Calculus 1 examination papers. This conversation about the block scheduling came based on the results that I got from the mid-semester. Some people were just not would not be redeemable, so to speak, from the Calculus 1, based on the percentage that was received on the examination paper. I have the information to amalgamate. However, I did not do that because when I recognized what was happening and the conversations between the CCCJ and Excelsior Community College, I had to press pause, literally drop everything to start writing the examination papers, because the examination papers will have to go through an external moderator. There are some housekeeping matters to do with the examination papers. So I had to get those out of the way. Now, truth be told, the meeting was on Friday the 12th. I did my final touching up on the examination papers on Friday last week. So I just did not have the time to go and just amalgamate those grades. You'll get the grades this week. You'll definitely get the grades this week. It's not an issue. You'll get the grades this week, even though I have an idea already. But yes, so I couldn't do everything. It means that if I had done that, I would still be writing the exam paper, and then CCCJ will say, but you guys are not ready. You don't even have the exam paper. And I had to prove to them that no, we are more than ready. The examination papers have been written, etc., etc. So this is why I had to take that turn. So technically, truth be told again, Christmas Day, yeah, I never did any work that, but following Christmas, following my Christmas stuff, I started writing the papers from about the 28th of December thereabout, because I know I had to get this out of the way. So thankfully, that's now behind me. I am finished with the Calculus 1, Calculus 2 papers. So the papers are actually ready for you already for the for this examination period for both Calculus 1 and Calculus 2. So bear on with me, you'll get it. I mean, I can have a private conversation with each of you, the ones that I taught last semester, to let you know your standings. So we can talk here after. Yeah. Any other questions? Let me know. No?
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't registered for this class because I was waiting to hear what was going to happen with it. So is that going to be a problem? I don't think I can pay for this class until Friday. But
Come on, go ahead and select the course, Papa. Go ahead and select the course. Very important. Go ahead and select, man.
yeah. No, I have to call student finance and make them select it. I can't select it
Okay.
because I paid for
Wow.
the other classes already. So it's my technically registered, so they have to deregister me for add.
Right. To add a new
Calculus.
course.
Yeah.
Right. All right. All right. So Astonil was saying that since we have an existing group for Calculus 1, unless you want to take on that responsibility for me, Astonil, to just add these other students, the ones that weren't there for Calculus 1 before, to that existing group. So if you want to do that for me, I have no problem. I have absolutely no problem. Shamari, can you, and Oliver, can you go ahead and add your last name to and Amanda to the profile for me, please? It is used for registration purposes. So I think Aston, were you the admin Aston for Calculus 1?
No, sir, I don't think so.
Can you copy a link and put
Wait,
it in the chat?
I'm one of the admins.
Right. So can you just copy the link for me, please?
Okay.
And place it in the chat so that the other students from this group now can join via that link. Just copy it and okay. Thank you, Astonil. Oh, Amanda, can you unmute for me, please? Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Right. Can you go ahead and add, what's your last name, please?
Richard, I'm trying to do so.
Okay. And this is your first time doing Calculus 1?
Yes.
Congrats and welcome. Oh, there's a student that
Thank
is
you.
no problem. Shamari?
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
Yeah. What's your last name?
Grant.
Yeah. Can you go ahead and just add your grant to it for me, please, sir?
I think I'll have to leave and rejoin, sir. I'm going to do that now.
You don't have to. Colin, can you give
Okay.
him back the host? Can you give him back the host privilege, please, Colin?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I don't understand why this thing is not. This thing is not working the way I want it to work. All right, so I'm seeing 11 of us here. 3 and 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 of us here. I know there are at least 3 who are only down for calculus 2. So maybe it's 8 of you. They're about for calculus 1. Adrian, are you starting the program in January? Adrian Hessler?
Sir, repeat that.
I'm asking, are you down for calculus 1 or 2?
1, sir.
Okay, you're just starting the program?
Just starting year 3.
No.
But
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yes, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. You just starting the third year.
yeah, man.
Okay, good. All right. So Adrian, Amanda, Colin 3. Shamori,
Yes,
you're
sir.
okay. So there are 4 of you. Okay, so how many of you in year 3 who are just starting the program in January?
Me, sir, just to start the program in January.
Right. So you, Colin, Amanda, Adrian, Shamari, who else? Is there any other student you know of? You've met them before? Oh, but today's the first day of class, so you wouldn't have. Okay, got you. All right. And then the year 2, the year 4 rather, would be Tajay and Michael. All right, got you.
Just want to go eat him and so that me have money.
All right, thank you, Tajay, for doing that. I was about to ask and just look at the thing. All right, so Tajay, place my YouTube channel in the group. I think Asnil, check for me, please. Put the YouTube link also, Asnil, in the description for the WhatsApp for me, please, for those persons who are joining thereafter. And thanks, Mikey, for that, and the rest of you for complying. All right, thank you, Simon, Asnil. All right. Okay, so if there are no man, I see that you know, Asnil, Tinder,
Sir, it was already saved in the description, you know.
Oh, it was already saved in the description. Okay, good. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. But Tajay had placed the link in the chat before, but thanks much. Appreciate it. That's one of the things that I no longer do, these little administrative stuff. You students are the ones who will keep me on track and will do the administrative stuff. You are mature and very capable of doing all of those. I think my responsibility is the whole teaching and learning. When we monitor the chat in class, or there's something in the chat, because when I'm going on, I oftentimes miss what is in the chat. So in a nutshell, Taj, you have a class going on, all right? And Mikey?
Yes, sir, at 6.
Yes, sir.
All right. So at this point in time, now that you're connected to the WhatsApp, you can leave me now and go over to the others.
All right, sir. Thanks again.
Bless up. Yeah, but keep in touch. Yeah, just watch the WhatsApp. And then you can keep in touch with me. All right?
All right, sir. We'll do.
Yes, sir.
No problem. Cool.
All
All
right.
right. So yeah, bless up, guys. All right. So those 2 are out. All right. Now, this is what I want the rest of you to be doing. And yes, I know there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you here that did the course with me last semester. None of you don't know nothing yet. I have not said anything to anybody. I have not posted anything to anybody. So you're just going to stick with me here today. All right? Before the next class, you'll have the information. And besides, I know you don't have a class. No, because the timetable was set up for this time to be calculus 2. So I know that you're fine. Let me tell you what is the reality. You see, when you miss a class, you're going to be missing instructions. And when you miss instructions, it is going to be very difficult for you to catch up. Because I am not one who will come to class and say, hey, the plan, come we could talk about what you had for lunch. When we come to class, we are coming to class to learn. And by the next class, I may do a quick revision on what it is that we've done before, and then we're moving ahead. If you miss that, it means that you're going to be missing instructions. If you absolutely cannot attend class, yours is going to be the responsibility to make sure you touch base with somebody in the class and to get access to the recordings so that at least you can stay somewhat abreast as to what is happening. For this coming semester, I need excellent results. Excellent results. So I don't want anybody, and yes, the EduCaSoft will have to be done over. I don't want anybody to say, sir, do we have to do this now before the exam or after the exam? After the exam, you're not going to have any time because after the exam is calculus 2. So we have to get going. I should have taken those guys' information, but never mind, I know them, so I can put it up for them for calculus 2. You have to take the information. Yes, ma'am. You have to take the information in from day one. From day one. I really don't want any of my students to be clogging the system because they have a math course outstanding. That's one of the things that I've told my team. I don't want any of the students within any department to be unable to graduate because there's a math course outstanding. No, it shouldn't happen. But guess what? Yours is going to be the responsibility, students, to do what is expected of you. Some of you were very late starters. Some of you did not listen to what it is that I said. Some of you really just didn't listen to what I said. I said to you that I expect a particular topic to come on the exam, and some of you never paid me no mind. So when the paper was marked, I was like, were these students listening to what I was saying? There are some staples on the examination paper that must come. So it is going to be very important that you guys do what you guys are expected to do. Please, I ask of you, if sir says this topic is coming, I want you to pay special attention. I cannot teach you to the exam. I have to complete the course because you may not be tested on something in calculus 1, but the information is going to be required because you're going to build on that for calculus 2. So I have to complete the course. But at some point in time, if I say, you know what, we're doing this topic tonight, it'll go come. Just work on this stuff and just try to understand it. And that was a deficiency I found last semester, and I really don't want that to happen for this semester. It's not a shorter semester, it's just that you have to get the information in trunk sizes. You still get your number up, you still get your 60 hours for the semester. Oh, that's why they put it at that. That's why I put it at that. Let us calculate something here, because I was wondering. So 3 and 4 is 7. Okay.
Sir, for
Alright.
the,
Yes,
for the,
please.
the
Yes, it's going to be
receipt
face
of-
to face.
the receipt of calculus one. When is that exam going to be administered?
Tentatively, I'm thinking the 28th of February. Tentatively, meaning that the date can either go up or can go down. It depends. Well, I wouldn't, yeah. Right. Tentatively the 28th of February. Because we're moving directly from the issue, Aston, is for me now to commit myself, and it's not a lot of you. So I can commit myself like I did the last time around. The last time around, the papers didn't take me long to mark. I just committed myself to sit down and not do anything else. So I may just end up missing a day from work. So I can just commit myself to marking, and which is why I want it to be like the Wednesday, so I can even carry it over into the weekend. But whichever it is, so I have to finish marking so that I can post those grades before time so that you can know, because the prerequisite for Calculus 2 is Calculus 1. So if, God forbids, any of you is not successful in the Calculus 1 for the first half of the semester, it means come the second half of the semester, you don't have Calculus 2 to do at all, because you can't move on to Calculus 2 without doing Calculus 1. It's a prerequisite. Calculus 2 is no applications. So I am building on the Calculus 1 for the Calculus 2, if you see what I'm saying.
Sorry to interrupt. So that's an in-person exam, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I understand your situation, and I think that could
Because I
also
can
be possible.
arrange my factor, I just want to know so I can try to line up that from early.
Yeah. So the same arrangement, Oliver, that was made some time ago can be made again. Yeah, man. All right. Are there any other questions? I mean, it's now 8 minutes past. I can use another 40 minutes there about to start something. You have any other questions of me?
How much coursework, coursework, is it? Course assignment?
You're going to have your Editosoft pieces plus a minimum of 1 coursework. You could get 2.
How is the exams weighted, the main semester planning?
You sound very distant, Colin.
How is the final exam on mid-semester weighed in terms of the grades?
60-40.
60-40.
60 for the exam, 40 for coursework.
All right.
Any other questions? No, yeah. Okay. So if there are no other questions, I will now go ahead. Oh Lord, I hope it don't log out. I don't think an hour would have passed. Let me just check. Okay. All right. So let me log back into Edit so I can go.
Sir, why the Editosoft grade doesn't remain?
Because it's a new semester and I won't have access to last semester stuff in order to add your grades to the platform. And it's not a resit, so to speak. It would have been a redo for what is happening. So I can't carry forward those grades.
Okay.
Man.
So we're gonna have to pay for this, right?
Well, for this court, to be honest,
For the
I don't know how
redo.
I don't know how yeah, more than likely, but I don't know how they're going to treat. Yeah, well, technically you're doing 2 courses in 1 semester. So yes. It's going to be a separate and apart payment. Continue. All right. So what I'm going to do, since I know I'm going to see if I can transfer some students. This would be term 1, 22, 23. No, it's term 1, 23, 24.
Sir, is the Editosoft grade enough to pass the course?
Let me talk to you off here.
Okay.
Offline. Semester 222. Oh crap. I know what is happening. So I'll be unable to, because I did not end last term yet because I had it open. I'm not seeing it. I may be unable to add you guys because they're going to say that you are in a current term. Let me go back to my term and see when that term ends. I can only add the new students now. But if I have calculus 1 from then, let me look at this. Calculus 1 end date is, all right, go back. Oh. Okay, so I put the end date to be the 31st. All right, so the rest of you, I am unable to add you tonight because I had extended Erico so that I could do what it is that I needed to complete. So forgive me for those of you who are my latest students. What I'll do is try and add the other students to the platform. All right. Now, Amanda, were you with us? Did you do the associate degree with us? Amanda? All right. Calculus foundation watch. All right. Pauline?
Yes, sir.
May I have your email address, please? Oh.
Um,
Do me a favor, Colin. Send me put your email address in the chat for me, please.
okay.
Not the chat. Send us a WhatsApp, please. I'll just copy it from there.
Okay.
Calculus 1. And the other new students, can you just send me your your ECC email, please?
Oh, that one.
Utterly, you and I will have a conversation. Your miss will talk to you.
Yes, sir. Send it.
You send it? Okay. All right. I'm gonna use a Colin.Clark one. You're calling?
Yes, sir. I'm kind of confused about the two emails. Sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that one. That's the preferred one that we're
Okay.
using. So let me just add you. Oh Lord. All right, so forgive me. I know that I would have had these housekeeping matters to deal with, so just be around with me for day one, please. calculus 1. All right, Colin, I'm going to ask you to double check to see if you've received an email from me
An
or
email?
from the system. Yeah, email from the system regarding calculus 1.
Okay.
All right, so that's Colin and then Amanda. Your material is already, I've already uploaded the material to Edicus. So once you log on, you should see your assessments. Okay, Amanda, can you double check? Oh, the default password is welcome or lowercase. The default password is welcome, lowercase or lowercase. All right, Amanda, you can go ahead and check for me, please, as well.
Sir, is the email with 53 you use? Colin Clark? That? Colin
Yeah, I
Clark?
use, yeah. Not the one that you deleted, the other one I use.
Okay.
My system is taking its own little time to go through. Don't know why. Give me a minute, please. Amanda, did you check? Are you seeing it?
I'm currently trying to log on.
Sir, the Edicosoft account you create?
Yeah.
All right, so mine's, I already have one. Me can continue use that one, right?
Who is asking this?
Eslap. Adrian.
You will currently have one for calculus 1?
No, I use for discrete maths and probability and statistics. Yeah. So I can use that same one, right?
It's the same Educasoft, yeah, but it's just that I now need to give you access to calculus 1.
Yeah, man. So it's for me it's Adrian that has up 65.
Send it in the chat for me, please, Papa.
All right, so you have to give me some time.
All right. I hope it's not too much time now because I'm creating the accounts now. Copy. This is calculus 1. Calculus 1. Calculus 1. Oh no. This is any luck checking, Amanda? Colin, you're able to check?
Yes, sir. I'm not seeing any new emails.
Can you log on to Educosoft for me, please, Colin?
Log on to Edicosoft. How much is that? Like, is there a link?
Educosoft.com. www.educosoft.com.
Wait a minute.
Thank you, Aston.
Sarah was able to log in.
Okay, thanks. That's Amanda, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm hoping I'm not making any mistake because I'm adding both calculus 1 and calculus 2 to the. Just check for me, Amanda, that is calculus 1 that you have access to, please.
Yes, calculus 1.
Okay, good.
Good night, sir.
Good night. Who is this?
Hello.
Talia. Oh, Talia, Vito?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to beat you.
I know.
That's a window.
Oh, okay.
I thought the person said Talia, but it's Talia.
Malagin. We say calculus 1, maths 3601.
Very good. All right. So you're there. Talia, send me your put your email in the chat for me, please. Or actually, you know Talia's information. Asking
Can you repeat that for me?
Talia.
What about Talia, sir?
And her email address, so I can add her to the calculus 1.
Sir, I just sent it.
You just sent it? All right. I don't see it yet, but all right. They responded to your question, Aston, here. All right, so I think I would have gotten all of the names. All right, thank you. Thank you, Aston, again. Excuse me. After all of this, I don't think we can do any teaching tonight. Let's see. All right, so Talia, I can't add you because you were. All right, Talia, I have to add you sometime later. Because I can't add you. I can't add you now. All right,
Why,
so I
sir?
remember that. I think you were added to the last grouping, and that grouping is active.
Okay.
So I'm getting so I can't add any of the ones who did the course last semester because that's the message I was anticipating from them.
For this is what calculus 2?
1. Which course are you supposed to be doing? Sorry?
1.
Right.
And calculus 2, I think. That was in the email.
Right. So calculus 1 for the first 6 weeks, and then calculus 2 thereafter.
Oh, okay, sir.
Let me see now. All right, so let me go to this grouping. Let's see what it looks like. So there. All right, so Shamari, can you try logging on for me, please? Just to make sure that it works. I'm seeing the others able to log on.
Sir, he's currently trying to get home, so he'll try as soon as he does.
Okay, all right, cool. That's the same one who said that he couldn't give me the email now?
Repeat.
What was that the same student who says that he couldn't give me the email address now?
I sent his email in the WhatsApp chat.
Oh, yeah, man, right. So I added him. All right, so he can't check just now. All right. It's now 6:30. It really doesn't make any sense for me to try teaching anything. What I can do, however, is maybe use another 10 minutes to just, well, Colin knows how to use Educasoft. That much I know. Adrian, based on what he says regarding discrete math and prob and stats, he knows to use Educasoft. Can you find out from Shamar if he has used Educasoft before, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, great. So you
Yes,
guys know how to use it. All right. So I won't do anything. Let me just see this other message that just came in. All right, so I won't do any addition. Well, I won't do anything else for tonight because Dana is supposed to be here.
Sorry,
Okay.
I was looking on the tutorials in Educasoft a while ago. I was going to need graph paper.
You need who?
Graph paper.
No.
No? Oh, does it look like we have a plot point or something?
All of those graphs that you see in there will be sketches.
Oh. I like sketches and I have graph paper.
Nice. All right. Are there any final questions for you? Because what I won't do is it don't make sense I start teaching anything now because we just have like about a half an hour. Are there any questions? Or there's another student I need to add. Hold on for me, please. Let me just go to this. Calculus 2. Calculus 2. Trying to get this thing out of the way because it's a rough semester for me and I need to just make sure that everything that is to be done for the class is set up. I want those of you. All right. Amanda, can you just log on and tell me if you're seeing the assessments, please? Colin, are you seeing the assessments? If one is seeing it, all should be seeing it. But one of the two of you or the pair of you can go ahead and do it.
Yes, I'm seeing it.
All right, good job.
Yes, sir. I've seen the assessment.
All right, nice. Let me just add this other student and then I'll come back to you guys. Student. Summer 2023, summer 2023.
Oh, that's right. This is where we do the work, the coursework then.
Right.
Oh, 6 units. Cool.
Come on, easy units.
So will the exam be online or face-to-face?
The calculus 1 exam is going to, both of them is face-to-face. So you have to come in for the exam.
Okay.
Open book.
Colin. I couldn't tell when I say open book exam.
Yeah, man can dream.
Yeah, What's her name again? Dana. What is Dana? So I'm trying to add a student, but I'm not finding. All right, so let's get this one. All right, guys. So yeah, so at this stage, I won't necessarily be doing anything new today. So come Wednesday, we're gonna hit the road running. What I'll do is I'm gonna ask you to use the remainder of the class to familiarize yourself or to refamiliarize yourself with Educasoft. And we normally start our stuff at limits, and I will normally look at the intuitive approach. So I'm going to ask that you just go through Educo, read through as much as you can, even if you don't understand, just read it. When I come to class and I do the explanation, you will see what it is that or make connections. So just read through for me. Those of you who did the course with me last semester, before the next class, you will know exactly where you stand. As I explained to you before, I had to just do what I needed to do in order to get these exams out of the way for you, really. Whether or not you're doing Calculus 1 or both of them, I had to get the exam papers out for you. So by next class, you'll know exactly where you stand. But for the rest of you, I'm just going to ask that you just go through Educo, familiarize yourself with it, start reading so that when we hit the road on Wednesday, we'll be able to make up some time for tonight and, to run ahead. All right, thanks for coming out, and I really hope that you guys are willing to work and work hard so that we can achieve and accomplish what it is that we're.
Yes, sir.
Have a good evening, sir.
Are you guys hearing me though?
Yes, I'm hearing.
I just reconnected on the computer. I'm not sure if you're hearing me from the speaking device. Are you hearing me? Anybody? Somebody?
Yes, sir, we're hearing you.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. So all the best. We'll talk on Wednesday.
All right, cool.
All right,
Okay,
bless up.
Yes, sir, hearing you.
All right, cool.